Every day our dogs wait for tiny moments that shape how safe and understood they feel, yet most of us miss them without realizing. New research shows these small daily habits can completely change a dog's emotional world. Today, we reveal 9 simple actions that transform how your dog feels about you. 1. The silent eye contact ritual. There is something powerful that happens when we pause for just 10 seconds and look at our dog with gentle, relaxed eyes. We are not giving commands or expecting anything. We are simply sharing calm attention. Studies on oxytocin release in humans and dogs show that mutual gaze strengthens emotional bonding and reduces physiological stress in both species. When we take those quiet seconds during the day, the brain of our dog begins to shift out of alert mode. The amygdala softens its response, breathing slows, and the sense of safety rises. This is especially meaningful for anxious or overly alert dogs who constantly scan their environment. Silence helps them read our emotions more clearly than any words we could say. By repeating this small ritual a few times a day, we create a predictable moment of reassurance. It becomes a tiny emotional anchor, reminding our dog that we are attentive even when life feels chaotic. Most people overlook this because it seems insignificant, but dogs experience emotional certainty through subtle signals. This gentle eye contact works like a reset button for the bond we share. 2. Touching the overlooked areas. We tend to pet our dogs on the same familiar places like the head, the back, or the belly, but canine massage specialists and veterinarians highlight many regions that accumulate unnoticed tension. Dogs carry a surprising amount of stress in the muscles along their chest, shoulders, and paws. When we take a moment each day to gently massage these areas, we help increase circulation, ease stiffness, and offer comfort where they physically cannot reach. Between the toes, dogs often store tension from walking on different surfaces and adjusting their posture throughout the day. A soft 30-second massage in this area stimulates nerve pathways linked to relaxation and proprioception. The base of the chest, especially between the front legs, often holds deep tension due to posture and movement. Slow circular motions in that region mimic natural grooming and can reduce anxiety. These touches also strengthen communication. Dogs learn to trust our hands in vulnerable areas, which makes vet visits, nail trims, and grooming easier. We are not performing therapy. We are offering intentional care that helps our dogs release the physical residue of daily living. 3. Dogs live lives with very few true decisions. We decide when they eat, where they walk, and when activities begin and end. Research on perceived control in animals shows that even small choices enhance confidence and resilience. Once a day, we can offer our dog a moment of real autonomy. We pick up the leash, stand calmly, and allow them to choose whether they are ready to go outside. If they hesitate, we quietly pause for a few minutes and try again later. The goal is not obedience, but participation. Dogs who occasionally choose their activities demonstrate stronger problem solving, reduced frustration, and deeper trust. Another option is offering 2 acceptable activities like a toy or a walk and letting the dog select. These small decisions give the brain a sense of agency, lowering cortisol and increasing engagement. Over time, our dog begins to understand that their preferences matter. They become more communicative, more thoughtful, and surprisingly more cooperative because the relationship is no longer one-sided. This simple daily practice tells our dog that we value who they are, not just what they can do. 4. While we work, cook, or check messages, our dog often slips into a passive waiting mode. A tiny scent-based challenge reactivates their brain far more effectively than long walks. Dogs navigate the world primarily through smell, and stimulating this system builds memory, emotional balance, and problem-solving skills. The game is simple. We take a single piece of their regular food and hide it in an easy spot like behind a chair leg or partly under a cushion. Then we let the dog search without guiding. This activity awakens the foraging systems wired into their brain, particularly the hippocampus, which supports spatial memory. As our dog becomes comfortable, we slowly increase difficulty by hiding the food in more challenging places or adding mild distractions. Studies on environmental enrichment show that dogs who engage in daily scent challenges display greater cognitive resilience as they age. The game lasts only a couple of minutes, but mentally, it feels like solving a meaningful puzzle. We are giving our dog a job that taps into instincts nature designed them to use every single day. 5. When we come home tired and our dog explodes with energy, our instinct is to calm them as quickly as possible. But canine social behavior suggests something different. Dogs adjust to one another by first matching energy and then gently leading the shift. When we join our dog for a moment with enthusiasm, movement, or playful greeting, we show that we understand their state of mind. After 20 seconds, we can gradually soften our actions and invite them into a calmer rhythm. This helps the dog regulate emotions without feeling dismissed or misunderstood. The same principle applies when our dog is resting peacefully. Instead of rushing in with excitement, we approach gently and let our energy rise together. This simple rhythm shift supports emotional flexibility, reducing overreaction in surprising situations. It teaches our dog that transitions are safe and predictable, and that our behavior mirrors their experience in a thoughtful way. Matching energy strengthens communication, builds trust, and makes training easier because we are meeting our dog where they are, rather than pulling them into a state they are not prepared for. 6. Dogs benefit greatly from routine, but studies on enrichment in domestic and captive animals show that small variations help preserve adaptability. When life becomes predictable to the point of rigidity, stress responses increase when unexpected events occur. We can support emotional balance by changing only 5% of our dog's routine at a time. Serve dinner a few minutes earlier, take a slightly new path during the last part of the walk, or switch the food bowl once in a while. These micro-variations are small enough to feel safe, yet meaningful enough to activate brain regions responsible for cognitive flexibility. They teach our dog that change is not a threat, but a natural part of life. This helps enormously with real-world transitions, like moving homes, meeting new people, or experiencing environmental noise. The key is subtlety. We are not disrupting predictability, we are strengthening adaptability, which is one of the most powerful traits a confident and emotionally stable dog can develop. 7. Working dogs have lower baseline stress not because they are more active, but because they have meaningful roles. Purpose increases motivation, emotional stability, and security. Our dogs do not need search and rescue missions, but they thrive when they have a job that belongs only to them. It might be carrying the mail from the door to the kitchen, checking each room at night, or bringing a specific toy every morning. What matters is consistency. When dogs sense that their task matters to us, their posture changes. They show anticipation, engagement, and visible pride. Neuroscience research in animals suggests that purposeful behavior supports the development of neural pathways associated with satisfaction and resilience. When we value what our dog contributes, they feel included in the rhythm of our home rather than simply living inside it. This small daily task strengthens identity and deepens connection. 8. Most people assume dogs always want affection, but shelter behavior studies reveal that dogs accept touch only about 60% of the time. The rest is social politeness. To build trust, we practice consent in a simple way. We pet for 3 seconds, then stop fully. If the dog nudges, leans, or asks clearly for more within 2 seconds, we continue. If not, we respect the pause. This teaches our dog that their boundaries matter. Soon their communication becomes clearer because they realize we are listening. Dogs who experience consent-based touch often show reduced anxiety, greater confidence, and deeper closeness. They also become more willing to participate in grooming and medical care because they no longer fear forced handling. By using this technique daily, we nurture a bond built on respect and emotional safety. Our dog learns that we notice their signals as much as they notice ours. 9. Right before sleep, when the house gets quiet and our dog settles near us, something deeper happens than simple rest. Dogs are extremely sensitive to emotional states, and research shows that they can detect subtle variations in our mood through scent and behavior patterns. When we pause at this moment and observe their breathing, posture, and little habits that make them unique, our body naturally releases oxytocin and other bonding chemicals. Dogs can sense this shift, and it strengthens their internal map of safety. These quiet nightly moments help form the emotional foundation of our relationship. They remind our dog that we are a source of comfort and stability. Repeating this daily builds a long-lasting sense of belonging that shapes how they face the world. At the end of the day, our dogs do not need grand gestures. They need consistency, Small rituals of connection and choices that honor who they are. When we add these 9 habits into our routine, we help our dog feel secure, confident, and deeply bonded to us. These moments shape the emotional world they live in and remind them every day that they truly matter. And honestly, that is the greatest gift we can give.